Hello YouTube, welcome to Crab Champions. Jaylee and I are going to be playing Crab Champions today. It's a fun little multiplayer game where you play as a crab with a gun. As you can see, there is quite a selection of guns, all of which I have unlocked because we've played a little bit of this game. I'm going to showcase the original loadout though in this video. I'm going to be using the assault rifle, the regular grenade, and then the claw melee attack. I'm going to invite Jaylee here, and then we are going to play around and show you guys kind of what it's like to play Crab Champions. The objective of the game is we are fighting a whole bunch of other crabs, and sometimes slugs, and sometimes skulls, like these.
You're a green crab.
Targets here. Yeah, I'm a watermelon crab. You're a regular color?
I'm orange.
That's pretty cool.
I don't want to be orange. Hold on.
You want to be a different color?
Yes. Where are the colors? Over here.
Yeah. So
That's the most important part.
You can unlock different cosmetics. Like I've got this aqua one. But I also really like this watermelon one because it means that I defeated a boss without taking any damage.
Cute. I'm going to be a blue tiger crab.
And you collect keys for doing runs, and then you can use the keys to unlock more things, like the more items, like Jaylee's ice rod here, and the ice that she was hitting the skull with. But we're not going to use any of the unlocks right now. If you use the key totem, after you've unlocked everything, you unlock an ability. This is how you make your build in a run of Crab Champions. So there are weapon mods, ability mods, melee mods, perks, and relics, and we'll collect those along the run. They are either given as rewards or random drops throughout the game. There's a few mini games here, but most of them you can play only single player, like Holdout and Arcade. You can play dual multiplayer, but that would just be me and Jaylee facing one another. So we're going to do a run. And this is the actual part of the game. This is the main part of Crab Champions, at least in this stage of early access.
Oh, right. I always forget this is still early access.
Yeah. So we can do things like shoot the enemy crabs or destroy these purple rocks, which give us money. Or there was that red rock. Here's an orange rock I'm going to shoot. These rocks will give us damaging areas of effect when we destroy them. And at the end of a stage, once we've killed all the crabs, we get a treasure chest. And the treasure chest usually has 3 options for us to pick from. On the first stage, it is always a damage chest. So you are always going to be getting something that's going to increase your damage. That would be this kind of level right here, a damage chest level. You can see we have health chest and elemental chest as well as for options to go to on our next level. This is another totem over here. We can earn a chance at getting another item from this, if I remember what this totem does properly. Oh no, this one gives us crystals at the cost of health, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to go to the next damage area. The entire point of this game is mobility and dealing damage to our enemies. So again, we are just kind of moving about the map, dealing as much damage as we can to the enemies that spawn in. And they will continuously spawn in until the game is satisfied with us having beaten the amount of enemies needed to progress the stages. Like there, Island 2 cleared. I took some damage from an enemy type known as an ant, which actually has a projectile weapon. No, most of the crabs don't have a weapon that is ranged, they just have a melee. But some of the some of the enemies, like the skull or the ant, will have ranged weapons, which we have to watch out for, and I did not. I'm going to take high caliber because it deals more damage. Our magazine size is reduced, but that is not going to be a big problem when we can kill enemies quicker. Let's get a critical chest as well. So this is a random chest, an elemental chest, and a critical chest. So the next one that we're doing is called a horde. It is kind of like an arena, the ones that we had been doing already, except far more enemies spawn in, and we are going to be trying to survive a big wave of enemies rather than what we had done on the original set of levels. So slugs like to get up in your face and then explode. They are difficult kinds of enemies, and here we have our first actual elemental enemies. They show up with a type of element, and they will have a ranged elemental projectile. We're going to take Ring of Wisdom because this is our first relic. Relics are kind of like perks, except they have powerful abilities. Like this one will increase our critical hit chance by 1% after each island that we clear. So we have another random chest, a luck chest, which I'm thinking about doing. And then there is also a ×2. So the ×2 usually means that there is a challenge to it. In this case, it's homing barrels. Every enemy that we defeat launches an explosive barrel at us. Explosive barrels are kind of fun. You can use them to damage enemies, even if they are created by enemies. And then an upgrade chest means that all of these items here would have a chance of appearing in the chest at the end of the island. The ×2 means that if we survive the challenge, then we get 2 chests instead of just the 1. So 6 item opportunities instead of 3. Jaylee, what do you think? Should we do luck chest, or do you want to do the upgrade chest?
I want to do the luck chest.
Yes, I do too.
Sounds like shell of a good time.
I like them because they
grab
get us
tons.
the oh, I see, a shell of a time. That's pretty good. I didn't even catch it actually. Normally I like puns. I'm sorry I missed it.
It's okay. That just makes me a little bit crabby.
Oh my. Oh my.
Oh my.
If you are aiming down sights, which you can do with, if you're playing on mouse and keyboard, it's right click, and you jump in the air, you will actually slow down time for yourself. It is quite useful for helping to aim. These chests give us the opportunity to gain ammo back into our magazine when we deal damage. Either with auto loader, which anytime you eliminate an enemy, you actually have a chance to fully restock your magazine without having to reload, or with efficiency, which is what I took, and that anytime you deal damage, you have a chance at gaining ammo back into your current magazine. So we have damage, critical, and then skill chest. I am honestly going to say I'm not sure what skill chest does. It kind of feels like random to me.
I need health.
You need health?
Oh yeah.
That is not an option on this one, but maybe we'll just do a damage chest and we will find health soon after. Actually, this will be the last level before we go to the shop, and the shop will have health for the both of us, so that's useful. This is one of the explosive barrels I was talking about. Like I said, you can use that to deal damage to enemies in an area around the barrel when it explodes.
Hammer. Sorry.
These are elite crabs.
These are terrible.
The elite crabs will have hammers or rocket launchers or the like.
That is not a good time.
Oof, that did a lot of
died.
damage. Oh no, you died?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I thought there was a way around over
What's
that way.
left?
It's just the hammer crab.
Oh. It's the big boy.
Yeah. So we just beam him and then he dies and Jaylee gets respawned. Except
Yay.
Jaylee's body's over here, but then Jaylee's body's right there. What's happening?
I'm a ghost.
This game's early access. You're a ghost?
Yeah.
Very
ghost
nice.
crab.
We are going to take Sonic Boom because it gives us the opportunity to grant ourselves some space once we need to reload. What it does is it creates a shockwave when we reload our weapon, and that little bit of damage is helpful when there are enemies around us. So this is the shop, Tony's shop. Tony is sleeping. Tony will be active when the game is fully released. But in Tony's garden, you can pick up little health pickups, and those will restore your health. Gold totem, you would get a legendary pickup but lose 66% of your max health, and that's max health, not current health, so I believe that that would be permanent. And the legendary items are not quite that useful. That would be a wise investment, let's say. So we have the shop now. So every time we come to the shop, Tony will have 4 random items and 1 random item that is infinitely able to be purchased, except every time that you purchase, the price will go up a little bit. And there are ways to affect how many items show up here in the shop and what they cost too. I'm going to take the auto loader.
Can I take regenerator?
Of course. And then if we don't like the rest of the items that are left, we can come to the reroll totem and click on it, and now we have new options, including the permanently purchasable one, which is pretty nice. So I am probably going to take Vitality, because it increases our damage while we have max health, or rather above 85% health, which is pretty nice. Anything to increase damage is pretty good. So you can see Jaylee's DPS there, and she does lots of damage over time, dots. I don't do much damage over time, but I do have some decent initial damage, especially if I launch the grenade out there. We will check and see if Jaylee is ready to go fight the first boss.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So now we are going to move on and fight the first boss. Actually, I'm going to buy this big mag mod too. It increases our magazine, which has been decreased by one of our other...
Big Nagmar?
So the first elite that we're fighting is a Fire Skull. And that was pretty simple because Jaylee and I have done this many, many times. So you get a key, and you get a single healing chest, which will give you an option between either armor or health. I'm going to increase my max health because we have not taken enough damage to be worried. And then an epic chest, which will always have epic abilities, or rather epic choices or more, which is awesome. I'm going to take giant or damage explosion because that is going to be useful. It increases the damage from our grenade ability, which we have the triple ability, the chance to throw 3 grenades at once. And now we are going to move on to the next biome. Oh, there's a healing rock over here. The healing rocks are beneficial to us, and there is another type of rock, which is a gold rock that look just like those damage rocks. The gold rock will permanently increase our maximum damage if we stand in the aura after blowing it up, which is pretty neat that they would even include that sort of thing. A permanent increase to maximum health. It just sucks that it's random when it appears. So
I got
now...
turned into ice.
Oh no! Yes, we are now in the snow biome where we might turn into ice. We might get frozen. I'm going to take Collector. It's a cool perk that for every perk that I have, I gain 2% increased damage. Always increasing that damage. So now we have the choice between an elemental chest, an economy chest, and a random chest. I think an economy chest might be useful for us to continue purchasing items from Tony's shop, which is the easiest way to get the items that you want, because of course you get to see them before you pick them up.
Oh my gosh, ice.
If you stand on the ice, you will slide around. It is fun, but also very difficult to decide where you want to go.
There is no deciding, you just go.
The easiest thing to do is to just go with the flow, and if the ice decides it wants you to go to a certain area, I guess that's where we're going. I am going to take...
What's my chest? Hello?
Oh boy,
Oh,
I'm
there
going
it
to...
is.
Oh right, I haven't even talked about combos because I'm not good at gaining combos, but basically anytime you clear an island without taking damage, you gain combo. So with this crystal combo, enemies drop more crystals depending on your current combo. If you are very good at avoiding damage, these are great perks to have. I am not, so I'm going to be thinking about taking either this relic, which gives me a chance at a 75% off pedestal in the shop, or this paycheck, which is probably more useful to me at this moment because I gain crystals after clearing each island, which is just like our relic that we got earlier on. And you can see from the description here that we've actually gained 5% critical hit chance from the Ring of Wisdom because we've cleared 5 islands since gaining that relic. And that is reflected down here in our critical hit chance being at 6%. And now, of course, Collector is at 14% because we got another perk. So for every one of these, it gives us another 2% increased damage. And that's per instance of Collector. So if we have multiple Collectors, then it would be doing 4% and 6%, which is really interesting. Now we have the chance at doing a rush blessing. So the blessings are something that happens every now and then. It is a chance for a second chest rather than a guaranteed second chest. And we have to do a challenge. In this case, it would be eliminating more than 135 enemies during the next island, I guess they're calling them, but the next level. If we were able to kill 135 enemies, then we would get a second chest, but that is going to be very hard with the kind of build that we have at the moment, so instead we'll be going for either this health chest or this critical chest probably. Would you prefer a health or a critical chest?
Critical. My health is still good. How about you?
Hey. No, that sounds good. My health is also very good. I'm at 400 health, actually.
Whoa.
I got a silver heart, which increases our health by quite a lot. So we have an ice stone and a lightning rock. I called it a stone, but it's a rock. So you see there my ability triggered, where I was able to throw 3 grenades. And of course, with our increased grenade damage, that is a lot of area of effect damage. It was just too bad I did not score a better throw with it. If you jump up in the air and then throw, it usually will give you a better chance at getting more damage all over the place. I'm going to take Sharpshooter because, well, Power Punch is interesting. Well, not interesting, but it's useful. It increases our critical hit damage. Unfortunately, our critical hit chance is not very high right now. Critical Thinking, also very strong, like Power Punch, but more useful later on into the run when you have an actual increase to your critical hit chance, which is what Sharpshooter gives us, and also an increase to Collector. So it is very useful in that regard. We can continue getting critical abilities, damage abilities, or a chance at a 2x random chest. I'll leave it up to Jaylee. What would you like? You want to try for the ×2?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Just to show everybody what that's like, we will attempt a ×2. So we have homing barrels. Again, like I said before, homing barrels are kind of nice because they can damage enemies as well. So you'll see this barrel will follow me around until I explode it.
More hammer crabs. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh, I got frozen. And then the barrels hit me. Coming to help with the hammer
I've
crabs.
got like 3 hammer crabs on me.
So what I did there is I just hid underneath one of the little sections of the level because we are a lot smaller than some of our enemies, so we can hide places.
1 HP left.
Oh no!
Nice.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
So
Oh,
funny.
juiced! Okay, so this random chest gave me an epic weapon mod, which is the juiced weapon mod, which is one of the most powerful epic ones in the game. I really like it. I'm also going to take endurance, which is going to heal me after every island. We have a chance at a luck chest, random chest, or an elemental chest. Which one would you prefer?
Never any healing.
No.
It's up to you.
Okay, let's do luck. And again, this is the last level before the shop, so you will be able to get healing very soon,
See how
my
long I
dear.
last.
I promise.
Oh, I like this level. When I can kind of just stand
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, it's like a long corridor, so basically if no enemies kind
Holy
of
crap.
spawn in behind you, then you can just keep them at an arm's distance in front of you just by, whoop. You can see why that is dangerous, but as long as you can keep your enemy in front of you instead of coming in behind you like that ice crab just did, then you can actually do this level with quite the amount of ease. You survived that level?
I did.
Very
I gained
nice.
health.
Good job. Oh, do you have endurance as well?
I have something that gives me health back.
Nice. So I'm going to
Grim
take...
Reaper.
Oh, yes, that is very strong. I like that.
is
I'm
a
going
good
to take
one. I
Driller.
like it.
Because
I
Driller...
have Driller too.
Oh, do you? Oh, okay, well then
Yeah,
I'll
do you
drop it
want
for
it?
you.
Oh no, I can give it to you. I just picked it up. Here. I don't know where it went. Sorry.
So the reason why
There you go.
we want to have Driller on one person is because it increases the chance that destroying a rock will produce loot, and unfortunately that chance is shared between your allies. It is not stacking. Like if both Jaylee and I have Driller, it doesn't increase our chances. It only increases our chances to have one player have a majority, or the entire amount of... I don't know what, sorry, I got super distracted because for some reason this perk is called Money is Power, and I read it as Monkey Paw. I was like,
That's
what?
great.
What does that do? I haven't seen that before.
Monkey paw.
Monkey Paw. I mean, that's pretty cool. 1% damage for every
I don't have my
100
money though.
crystals you have.
I never save my crystal monies.
I'm gonna buy that because I actually have an ability that gets me money after every every island. So it hasn't given me all that much. It only gives me 28 crystals after clearing each island. I've got 78 so far from it. But my Money as Power is giving me 3% increase, and it also gives me another 2% on my collector because it is a perk.
You have
What
an
did you
extra
find?
perk over here. This is
Oh, Fire
weird.
Shot. Nice, it's an elemental. So now I have the chance to do a dot, which you can see over the head of the target dummy. It's a burning fire. That's cool. Nice. Okay. All right, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Elite time.
Let's go.
I think the hardest part about combos is that you have to clear islands without taking damage. Like, not dying, but without taking damage, which it's so difficult. Like, I just took damage just now. Oh boy, I'm taking too much damage. I almost died there. I had to boogie on
Don't
out.
leave me.
promise nothing, but I am trying not to. We got him.
Kidding. I'm good.
Good job. We get another bronze heart, another key, and another elite chest, which of course I'm going to take damage shot, which increases the power of our bullets. So now we are moving on to the next biome, which is the desert biome, if I recall.
I think so.
The way that we're moving around so quickly is you can hit shift on control or on keyboard to dash, and then you can also press spacebar twice to double jump. It's very useful for mobility. Of course, those crystal clusters get us more economy, which we need for damage now and also purchasing power in the future. Cactuses are very interesting because they do these little explosions after they are destroyed, and that will do a lot of damage to enemies and other cactuses, which have a chance of exploding and doing more damage to enemies and more cactuses. These are jump pads, so they will send you to another part of the level. Very useful for getting around quickly. Let's look at our damage chest. The first island in an area is always a damage chest. I'm going to take Sonic Boom again. Now we're going to increase our damage when reloading. A spiked chest will always have epic rarity loot and sometimes legendary, but it deals 33% of damage to you when you open it. I do not like them, so we're going to go for the 2x luck chest, because twinned enemies is not a difficult challenge. It just means that every enemy that spawns will have another of that same type of enemy with them, like these 2 crabs and these 2 scorpions right here. But that means more money for us, because it just increases the amount of enemies we have to deal damage to. Hornets are very difficult because they create these little damage blooms when they fire their stingers out. Oh boy, grubs. Grubs are also difficult because they do that weird xylophony charge at you, and like they shoulder check you. It's very weird.
It's dirt.
I'm gonna grab another driller, and I'm going to grab another auto loader so that we can keep the damage going. Did you grab driller again? Thank you.
Yeah.
So now we are at level 5 for driller, which gives us a 23% chance of loot spawning when we destroy destructible environment pieces, like the rocks, like the crystals, and like the cactuses around. It's very useful. We have a flawless... Oh no, another rush blessing. Another one of the blessings is flawless, which means if you don't take damage during the run, then you will get another chest. There's also speed and economy. This is a relic chest, though. Do we want to try the relic chest?
Okay.
Okay, relics, like I said earlier on, are like perks, but you can only have one of them. You can't stack them like you can perks and mods. But they have powerful effects to start with. So there you go. There's Driller taking effect. I blew up that crystal area, and it gave me another perk for free, which is kind of the point of Driller. It's very useful. So you can kind of see why mobility is important, especially as we get later on into these levels. I have Ultra Shot over here, which is awesome. So what it is a chance for another shot to fire off. Also, Jaylee got Ultra Shot as well.
Nice, thank you.
It has
You
a
want it?
chance to fire off those red rippling bullets are increased damage shots, which is awesome. So Tony's Amulet will give us 5 more goods for sale on top of the 4 that are already available. And then Turbo Ring increases our fire rate for each time we clear an island. I think I'm going to go for the Turbo Ring, even though I like Tony's Amulet a lot. And then we have a 2 times damage chest, and I almost always go for those when those come up because it is so useful for us to get that kind of increase in damage. So all enemies have an explosion of elemental damage once we kill them. But they're pufferfish, and pufferfish already explode into damage when we kill them, so that is not something
So much damage.
that we want to be around regardless. And there is the fire ant again with its ranged weapon. So we want to kill those guys as soon as we can because they are going to become a headache. There's more ice shot for you there, Jaylee.
Thank you. I love my ice.
Yeah, you do. We are going to take... Boy. I don't really like any of these, but that is okay because we can actually hold X to salvage and just gain crystals from those. Windup is pretty good, but I think I might take Big Ability instead because it deals more damage with our grenades. Kind of a disappointing damage chest run for us. That is okay, because that will happen. What we'll do is we'll take this XL totem, which triples the amount of enemies in the next area, but it will... Uh-oh. But it will give us an extra chest at the end of the level, if we are successful. Which we will be, because we are skilled as heck.
I'm almost dead.
As you can tell, we are the most skilled. And we have lots of confidence in ourselves and in each other. This is a grub. Those are the ones that was a fluke. It's a fluke that you died.
A fluke.
Yeah.
Pure skill right here.
Whew.
Nice. You can do it.
I'm trying. These grubs are shooting massive amounts of energy balls at me. But at least they're not the kind of grubs that run right at you and do the shoulder checking. Because those ones are so difficult. There we go, we got it. Woo. Only took a little bit of concentration, and look at this, we have so many extra little things. We got glue shot and crystal fertilizer. That's awesome. I like crystal fertilizer a lot. Crystal fertilizer is the one that increases our chance to get those crystal growths, like the areas of, the little crystals everywhere. I'm going to take high caliber again, which will increase the damage but decrease our clip size again. And I will be taking ultra shot, which I think just increases the oh no, it does increase the damage as well. Increases the percent chance at it happening and also the damage that happens when it fires. So just a net positive to get another ultra shot. So these crystals are what appear more often when you have crystal fertilizer. Looks like we didn't have enough healing for both Jaylee and I to get fully healed,
Sorry.
but that is okay. We will survive, and I have something that heals me when we beat the levels, and Jaylee has something that, ooh, and health shot. Look at that. Now we definitely can heal up pretty easily. I think that's pretty good. Oh yeah, we both do quite a lot of damage. Maybe we should buy one more. One more health shot.
I did. I got 2.
And I did too. So now every time we deal damage, it's on a short cooldown, but every time we deal damage, we gain a little bit of health back. But we have to be damaging an enemy, not ourselves.
Oh no.
I know.
Wait.
It's difficult to not just damage ourselves all the time, you know?
Where is it? Oh, it's right here. Oh no. Look at all of the fireballs he shoots up. That's rude. Oh.
We got him. I was just trying to get us extra stuff by blowing up all the cactuses. So I got critical thinking, and you got some crystals. That's pretty nice. And then I'm gonna get hard target, which is also something that reduces our damage. So hard target is a perk that reduces our damage, but we also got another perk, this one here, bulletproof, which also reduces our damage. It's a chance to reduce damage. This just straight up reduces damage. So that is going to be very helpful in the long run, I believe. We get another key here. Some more health. I prefer going for health than armor. Armor will absorb damage for you, but once it is broken, it is gone for good. Health stays. We are going to take Assassin. No, we are going to take Arcane Blast. That sounds very useful. Yes, because it fires out those 3 little stars, and that can be very good for damage output. I also really like, there's another rare perk called Shotgun Blast, which does something very similar. Oh, this level is very interesting. It's like a beach that we get stormed on. So the enemies are currently right now walking through the lake in front of us, trying to get to our island over here.
The lake of lava.
The lake of lava, which we get damaged if we stand in. So this is very similar to the... Oh, I guess I'm going over. Didn't mean to, but I'm over here now. This biome is very much like the first biome we were on, the islands, except that instead of water, like the beach had, we have lava everywhere. So we've got iron claws, and we got some crystals. Crystals, of course, going to increase our damage because of the ability that we took. Silver Lining I take almost every single time because I really like that it's kind of like a consolation prize for taking damage. Every time we take damage, it is going to increase our damage by 1% per stack of Silver Lining. But of course, it also increases Collector by 2%. So now, anytime we take damage, we are going to get damage increase back for it, which is very interesting. Here's another health bubble. And those pufferfish, like I was saying, they explode if they get too close to you, kind of like the slugs do, except they explode in an aura rather than in a area of effect. So you have to watch for, and then there's the grub, of course. The grubs like to do the shoulder checking that I was talking about before. Ants with their ranged weaponry, and skulls, of course, floating around, giving us ranged attacks as well. We are going to try and stay out of the crab's poison as best we can. got Wind Up, and Jaylee got Reload Arc, which is also another thing kind of like our ability here, which it's called Sonic Boom, except this is an arc of projectiles in front of you. I'm going to grab another Endurance, which is going to increase the amount of healing that we get after every island. Going to be very useful. I think we might just go for a elemental chest for the first time. Yes, I believe so. Alright, elemental chest. So we have a chance to get one of multiple kinds of elements in this game. There is arcane, there is fire, there is lightning, there is ice, and there is poison. I don't know quite what the difference is between all of the above types, other than lightning and ice do most of their damage right away, where fire and poison are damage over time. And then arcane seems to have the most individual support out of all the skills, but I don't know what is special about building up arcane stacks. Bronze heart and some crystals. And then we get another arcane shot. Poison or fire starter. Fire strength is increased. Let's go with arcane shot because we already have fire shot. So I think arcane shot is going to be useful. Like I said, I'm not sure what arcane does. I don't know if you are, Jaylee, either.
No, not really. I'm just a big fan of the ice.
Yeah.
I like freezing.
You like freezing them.
Enemies.
That is another thing about the ice, which most of the other
Kind of the only one I've played.
elements don't really do, is that the ice, once it stacks up high enough, will freeze enemies. This gold rock is what I was talking about. This will increase your maximum health if you stand in these auras. Very useful. Powerful Eagle Eye. Got critical arrow mod, which will fire out arrowheads once we get critical hits, which is not an area on an enemy, but rather it is just a chance whenever you fire your gun that you will get a critical shot. It's not like Borderlands, say, where it is a part of the body you have to fire at to get the critical. Nice, good job. Woo! Alright, so we are going to take Snatcher and possibly Paycheck. Yes, I think Paycheck would be good. We are going to do another economy chest because it is another double economy chest, and this one the enemies are armored. This is a tough challenge just because you have to do so much more damage to enemies than you normally would have to do. So those blue bars are the armor that it is referring to. So as you can see, we are having, even just for these little crab enemies, we have to do so much extra damage than we normally would have had to do to defeat them. And therefore, it is quite a difficult challenge to complete, but when you do, you get that second chest, and that is so useful that it is worth the challenge. Of course, the elites already have armor when they are spawned in, so they come in with extra armor when this challenge is active. I think that we're doing a great job at keeping our damage up, and neither of us really took all that much damage. Oh, and I got Speed Demon, which increases our movement speed. I like that ability, but I rarely ever go for the movement speed.
Not in this game, anyway.
And Snatcher, I guess. Not in this game. But Wonderlands, I love to use that.
I like the movement in this game. Feels
Yeah,
so
me too.
Smooth.
But I rarely go for the movement islands is what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't even know why. I just rather have damage, I guess. But movement is very useful though. I'm not trying to downplay it. Nice. As you can see, it kind of is useful for both of us to have the driller. Driller is a chance shared by the party, which is very nice. Wow, that sounds pretty good. Escalating shot. And then bonus crystals. That's also going to be useful for me anyway.
I'm just stealing everything, sorry.
No, that's okay. Oh, is that what Arcane does? Does it drop? Oh no, was that you? Drop in?
Nope. I haven't moved.
Okay. I saw little meteorites falling, and I was wondering if that's what Arcane did, but I don't see them now, so I'm not sure. Alright, I'm going to use enhancement because that made Arcane Blast have this sticky enhancement. And I'm not sure what the enhancements do, but that is... Oh, there we go. It sticks to the enemy for a short amount of time and deals damage over time. That's pretty useful, actually. Oh, there we go. That's what Arcane does. It sticks around and does damage over time in short little bursts. Okay, well, there we go. I learned something new. Are you ready for the boss? This is the final elite of the run. We will be... I guess I didn't need to take one of these then, bonus crystals. Unless we continue the run, but... I suppose I should have been reading. Whoop. Going to take a few of those just to increase our damage just a little bit more so we can take this boss straight out. Easy as lion. And we get key, key, and key for beating the boss of the run. The final boss gives you another little health chest, and then finally a legendary chest which will have multiple options for a legendary, which we did not actually even see this run. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. But if I were to pick one of these, I would probably pick Ice Dash, because that means that when we dash past an enemy, they will be frozen. Or rather, there's a chance that you could freeze. So now we have the opportunity to either loop and start the run again with the same kits that we have developed over this run, but increased difficulty on the enemies. It would be the same group of islands because the game is still in early access, so that is the only option at the moment. Or we can celebrate our victory, which is what we are going to do, and get a crown victory from this Tony sculpture, which I'm sure will be something else in the future. And then we get this victory screen where it tells us how we did, what our score was. I'm not sure what affects score. Not totally, anyway. And
really.
Our damage dealt, our eliminations, damage taken, and how many flawless islands we have. That's probably what affects score. As you see, my highest score is 12,494 in 19 total attempts. We have 8 wins. Our current win streak is at 4, and the highest island that we have reached is 56. So that's two loops. As you can see, we just did 28. We probably could have continued that too, but we had other things to do that day. And then that is it. You unlock a skin for completing the game with one of your... For doing challenges is how you get these skins here. So you can see what those skins are. Like for example, this snow one, you have to get 10,000 max health in a single run. Look at you, you're Chrome.
I love it.
And so once you complete some of these, though, it's just cosmetic for your crab, but it's nice. It's a nice little addition. They didn't have to do it, but I'm glad that they did.
Ooh, I got an ice aura perk.
Nice. And yeah. So that is our look at Crab Champions today. I hope that you enjoyed watching this initial little preview of how the game is played with the initial kit. The next time that we play, I will be switching up what I take, and I hope that you all enjoy the gameplay and future videos. If it's something that people are interested in seeing, I would like to continue it because I have fun playing this game. I have fun playing with Jaylee, and I just want to share my like for this game with other people in the world and other games too. If there's other games that you can think of that you would like to see me try, put them down in the comments and I will see if I have it, or if not, then I'll see what it takes to purchase it. There's also this little movement thing. That's pretty cool. Anyway, thank you for watching, everybody. We will see you in the next video.